Today we're gonna be making some delicious goat stew. If you've never had goat, oh my, you need to try it. For the ingredients, you're gonna need some diced onions, diced tomatoes, beef masala, it's a seasoning, as well as a Royco cube. So even like a beef bouillon cube would work too. And then you're also gonna need some diced up colorful bell peppers, and you can pick whichever colors you like, and then some diced cilantro. I like to season with ginger powder and then also Royco Mchuzi mix. Alright, so if you're looking for exact measurements, I have taken the time to write that all out for you in a printable recipe that is on my website. To start out, we're going to take our Royco cube or beef bouillon cube and crush it and put it into our meat. Then we're going to take some boiling water and pour that into our meat and then bring it all to a boil. And so the key to a good goat stew is making sure that the meat is really tender. So you need to allow the goat meat to boil for at least an hour. If you have a pressure cooker or an Instant Pot, things might go a bit faster, so feel free to use those. However, I just like to keep things simple, so I just use a regular pot and some water and boil my meat. Another tip for you when it comes to boiling meat and making sure it's tender is that you should always have a pot of either boiling water or like a kettle going, so that when your meat dries up, when the water's all gone, you can refill it with hot boiling water, and it just makes the cooking time go a bit faster, and it also makes sure that your meat is nice and tender, so that helps a lot. Alright, so after about maybe 45 minutes, this is when you should start tasting your meat, seeing if it's not, making sure it's not super chewy or tough. And then once you get it to the consistency that you like, then I would take the meat out of the pot, put it into another container. Alright, then we're going to start making the stew. So to start building your stew, you start with onions, saute them with a little bit of oil, add in the peppers as well at this time. And you're just sauteing those things for a little bit, maybe 5 minutes, until the onions are translucent. Then you're going to add in the tomatoes. And then we're going to cook the tomatoes for a little bit, maybe another 3 minutes, until they're kind of really nice and soft. Then after that, we're going to add in our boiled meat now. And then you're just stirring it in all together. And I use the exact same pot that I used to boil the meat in, just because I don't want to lose any of that flavor. So it looks a little bit, gross, but it's not. It's good. Alright, so once you've stirred in your tomatoes, we're going to add in some water and then do our seasonings. So here I put in some Royco and then now ginger. Stir that in, and then we're also going to add in some beef masala. Stir everything in, and then also taste. Make sure you're tasting everything and it's seasoned to your liking. I also like to add salt, but a lot of these seasonings have salt in them, so that's why I'm telling you, make sure you're tasting everything, because just it depends on your palate what you like and what you don't. And then add in some more water, so we have a stew going, and then you're gonna let everything simmer for about 10 minutes. So our stew is simmering, it's been 10 minutes, and the last thing we add in is cilantro. So we put in our diced cilantro, mix it all in together, and this doesn't usually cook for that long, so maybe like 2 minutes. But the cilantro really helps to bring out a good flavor in the stew. And that's it, guys, your goat stew is ready, and as you can see, it is looking good, very delicious, very tender. And we're gonna be having this with ugali, so we don't usually have a lot of like liquidy, stewy goodness because we're eating it with ugali. But if you were eating it with rice, I would probably add it a bit more water. So you know what goes good with ugali and goat stew? Some boga. So next time I'll give you guys a recipe on boga, and then wait up for the recipe on how to make ugali. So this was dinner for us. Hope you guys have a good one.